Just finished my run. As you can see, there's a lot of people out there practicing. It's about 85, 88 degrees. But you know who wasn't out there yesterday? They weren't. You know who was? I was. Why? Because I'm not a pretender. Anyway, great view as you can see. And this is my way out of here and back to the car. So what I'm going to do is pause this and resume when we get back to the vehicle. Okay, I'm back in the luxury cruiser. Let's see if we can do this all with one hand. Starting the car might be easy, but with this wonderful vehicle with all of the 281,000 miles on it, not that you can see it, maybe you can, it requires a special way to start it. I like to use these as an alternate key. See if I can do this with one hand, but I don't think I can. I must depress the shift lock release because it won't shift on its own. So hang tight. Okay, we are now started, ready to take our journey back to wonderful Naugatuck Manor. Here we go. Sweat feels real good right now. Had a great run. And the hard work I did yesterday surely paid off today. So we are at the Naugatuck High School. I'll do a quick go round. I saw a hedgehog over there yesterday, or a couple days ago. Anyway, there's the high school over there. Got some vehicles coming in. We'll just do a little U-turn around. Okay, some of this looks much different. This is remodeled, but there's the view of high school, and this used to be a huge pavilion, and where those windows were there, that was open space also. But anyway, let's get ourselves out of here and see the wonderful sights that Naugatuck, Connecticut has to bring us. As you can see, my car has a check engine light on. It requires some sensors that seem to cost a bit to get put in. So this car will be driven into the ground. Maybe we can be part of a historic occasion. I might die as we're driving now. Okay, as you can see, the beauty that is Naugatuck. Not too much to look at, but I think the beauty is in the landscape rather than the structures. There's a restaurant there called Paisanos that I'm wanting to go to, but I go to Pizza Palace because I think that's the best pizza in town. And whenever it's time for pizza, I can't bring myself to go to Paisanos, but one of these days I must do that. Okay, this antique shop to our left there has been around for over 30 years. Anyway, back to our drive. Much of this town is looks just like this. A lot of trees. A lot of trees and horrible roads. Although I'm noticing they're doing a lot of repairs lately, so perhaps at the end of the summer things will be much better. To our right here used to be Santa's workshop, where they did a workshop in there. Santa was in there, the elves making their toys for the good little boys and girls. We don't know if they do that. Just kind of looking around a little bit, seeing what's around. Not much to look at, just a small town. But the beauty of this small town is that there's other towns right after it, and right after it, and right after it. Never ending. So, I went to go to Meineke one day to get something put in, but I changed my mind, just didn't bother with it. Friendly's used to be called a farm shop. Got John's Restaurant and Pizza over there. It's been around for a long time. If I go left here, which I have to because I'm already in the lane, we were not going to go past Pizza Palace, formerly known as Mike's Pizza Palace, which truly is the best pizza this world has to offer. So just some basic traffic. I'm glad that cop over there is already engaged, so he can't catch me doing this illegal activity. There's a Dunkin' Donuts I sit at many times since I've been here. Back to the road. So far the car is driving great. Yes, I know I'm only going 30 miles an hour, but I'll take my victories when I can. So, typical downtown Naugatuck. You can see the orange cones up there, so it looks like they are doing some repairs, which is good. Basketball games played over there. I'm going to jump in on a game one of these days, but I know the next day I'm going to regret it because I know my knees can't take it. This is what's typically called a green. They have many fairs and functions that happen there. Down that street there is the library behind that blue crane. And again, typical Naugatuck again. Hillside Middle School over there. Sorry for that jerky movement. Back to the main road again. I believe this is Meadow Streets. I was never much on street names, but rather landmarks. So these manholes are protruding quite a bit up over the ground. Luckily, I've not crashed into one yet. Looks like there's a train station back there. I don't know if it's a makeshift, if it's an actual train station, or just made to look like one. Maybe I can go to New York City from there. That'd be great. Alright, four-way stop. I love four-way stops because even if I'm not the first one there, people generally do not pay attention and they end up waving you on. So you end up jumping spot in line. But I still get annoyed at the person for not paying attention, so whatever. Okay. The other day, I almost got crushed by a tree and power lines. I was coming the other way. And to my left-hand side, in a minute, I'm going to show you. Yes. A tree had fallen right there where the dirt is. And I had to do a U-turn right there, as you can see the tree, but I was about right at this spot here. So any faster, or if I was doing any speeding or whatnot, I would have been crushed and killed. So, and who knew, my car would have lasted longer than me, which is something nobody would have predicted. This is more the junkier part of Naugatuck. It's actually looking much better than it has in recent years, but it's still junky. And this is really not worth video or recording because there's nothing really appealing about it. But we'll continue with the tour. Green lights, my favorite, because I don't have to stop. And here we are, continuing through junky Naugatuck. I really should clip that door. Oh, I couldn't do it. See if I can clip the door without hitting the guy. That would have been a nice little challenge. Okay, going up this hill. You might get to hear my car rattle. When my car goes up hills, really when it's hotter though, it starts rattling. It's because it needs two knock sensors, although I got one replaced. The other one is behind the engine, and I'm getting some quotes to get it repaired. That's way too high. So I'm going to just take it easy. And maybe you can hear the rattle here. You might be able to hear it. I heard it for a second. As long as I can control it, it's alright. Basically, it's combustion in the piston that's happening too soon. And if it keeps up for a prolonged time, it blows a hole in the piston, thus ruining the engine. So I need to keep this car for about 2 months before I get a new one. Four-way stop, or I should say three-way stop. We could have went up that hill, but we didn't. We went there's yet another hill. Naugatuck is full of hills. Not just Naugatuck, this whole area. Full of hills. So this is not a four-cylinder car, but a four-cylinder car, I would imagine, would get beat up pretty easily in this terrain. Alright. We do have a golf course nearby, which is pretty cool. Got some golfers out there in the golf carts. So I haven't gone golf on there. I've really been not here to golf just yet. Anyway, we are approaching our final destination. So please put your tray tables back up and put your chairs in the upright position and turn off all electronics as we prepare for landing. It is a beautiful 88 degrees. The time is now 6:07, and I hope you enjoyed the journey from Naugatuck High School to the wonderful, incredible, luxurious Naugatuck Manor. And we will be approaching the runway. Here we go. And onto the tarmac, otherwise known as a parking space. And voila, the car makes it on yet another journey.